The governor and state health workers are calling it an epidemic. Tonight, the 22 News I-Team takes a closer look at who's overdosing on heroin.
All parents will want to hear what we found. Kids and teens are dying in all communities, not just our cities. But you won't find died from a heroin overdose in their obituaries.
Throughout this story, you'll see the ages of people who died of a heroin overdose and the towns they lived in scrolling on your screen. Now, we're not showing names to protect the families, but they are your friends and loved ones killed by heroin in just the last year and a half. These are the faces of lives lost too young, too soon. The faces of sons and daughters, teachers and college graduates who died of a heroin overdose.
And I went downstairs and I turned him over and I said, oh my God.
Joanne Ryan's son Isaiah Brown died weeks after his 21st birthday. Brown was attending Holyoke Community College. His mother said he wanted to be a firefighter.
A mother never plans to bury their child, especially when they're 21 years old and healthy and strong and have their whole life ahead of them.
Police continue to take thousands of bags of heroin off the street, but it doesn't take long to find heroin needles tucked away in the woods of any community as more and more people become addicted. From 2000 to 2012, 5,300 people in Massachusetts were killed in a car accident. Compare that to the 7,000 people who died from a heroin overdose in that same time frame. And the 22 News I-Team discovered the problem is only getting worse.
We called or visited every town hall in Hamden, Hampshire, and Franklin counties, poured through thousands of death records, and found that heroin or opiates killed 108 people in those counties in 2013 and 2014 so far. Here's a look at how old the victims were. A third of them died before their 30th birthday.
There were 18 deaths in Springfield and 14 in Holyoke, but the majority are in the suburbs. There were 5 to 10 deaths in the green communities. Yellow represents 3 to 4 lives gone, and 1 to 2 people died in the blue communities.
West Springfield's Gretchen Boss's son was almost another statistic on the map. He was a state-level high school swimmer who overdosed in his early 20s, yet somehow survived.
This can happen to anybody, and I've watched friends, acquaintances losing their children in suburbia, middle-class suburbia. It's not a city problem.
Another man who got to keep his life but nearly lost everything else after several heroin overdoses hopes his story of struggle will make you think twice. What was your wake-up call?
Well, I hit a bottom with it. It made my life unmanageable. I lost everything I owned. I lost all my dignity, all my hope, all my family relations, employment possibilities, all of it.
Or if you're a parent, hear it from another.
I'm hoping to do this and tell my story so another mother would never have to feel this pain, because it's a pain nobody could comprehend until you would have to bury your own child.
To take a closer look at the number of deaths broken down by city and town, just go to WWLP.com.